Now is the hour when we must say goodbye. Soon you'll be sailing far across the sea. While you're away, oh, please remember me when you return. You'll find me waiting here. I'll dream of you if you will dream of me.
Please be seated. Welcome, everyone, as we join together to remember and honour the life of Christian Wilson Simpson, a supportive, straight-talking lady, old school in her ways. Chris held treasured memories of her 102, almost 103 years on this earth, including becoming nan to 6 grandchildren, 10 great-grandchildren, and 2 great-great-grandchildren. I welcome you all here today, including those of you who join us via the webcast, particularly welcoming Chris's family, her daughters, Pauline and Christine, and Christine's husband, Mike, and grandchildren, Lee, Drew, James, Matthew and Luke, and their partners, and Katie, who is watching from New Zealand, with great-grandchildren, Josie and Ethan. We are joined in chapel by great-grandchildren Tyler, Lewis, Chloe, Jacob, Jennifer, Matilda, and Alfie, and great-great-grandson Billy. And we think of Zachary and Hope, who aren't here in person, but who we hold in our hearts today. I welcome Chris's nieces and nephews and extended family, passing on our best wishes to others who are watching from afar: Sue and Pete in Australia, Alf and Janet in Stratford, and Annabelle, who is also watching via the webcast. We remember Chris today, sharing stories. A strong-minded lady, Chris recorded the memories that she would like shared with you all today. And I am honoured to deliver these words for you all. Chris was born on the 7th of December, 1922, the youngest of 5 children: Jenny, Harry, Gurley, Doris, and then Chris. Her earliest memory was from the age of 3, when she attended Edgerton Street School in Chester and remembered sleeping on a blanket on the playground floor for an afternoon nap. At the age of 7, she went on to Victoria Road School and particularly remembered the headmistress, Miss Williams, and Miss Harvey, who taught nature study. She left school at the age of 14 to go to work at Browns of Chester with Jenny's husband, Bert, where apparently she was allowed to do a lot of tidying up and learn to hem curtains. And she also joined the Cestrian dancing troupe and travelled all around the region, putting on extremely athletic, acrobatic displays. And there are many photos of her standing at the top of human pyramids, something that she really enjoyed and brought a smile to her face when she remembered those times. In 1937, she moved into lodgings in Scholars Lane in Stratford-upon-Avon with Jenny and Bert, where they worked in a studio owned by a Mr. Newstead, threading carpets and making loose covers. When war came, she moved back to Chester to work at GP Dennis, a factory that had relocated from Liverpool due to being bombed out. And it was at this place of work that she met her beloved husband, Jim, who she married in 1945. And they moved in with her mother Agnes, paying £1 and 10 shillings a week in rent. Chrissy worked hard for her family and had roles as a cleaner with her sister Girlie at Chester Boys Grammar School until she welcomed her daughter Pauline into the world in 1948. Then, providing silver service at Blossoms, Queen's and Grosvenor Hotels in Chester, alongside her sister-in-law, May Jones. And their second daughter, Christine, arrived early in 1954. And she loved holidays and had fond memories of the whole family going to West Shore Private Hotel in Rhyl. Chris, along with Doris, Len, Pat, Doreen, Gran and Jenny, everyone piling into the back of Len's work van with the children in the back, usually resulting in a bout of car sickness. And after a few years, they moved their holidays at the other end of Rhyl because it was closer to the bowling green. In the 1960s, Chris went to work at the newly built police headquarters overlooking the Route D. Pauline and Tony and Christine and Mike were now married, and grandchildren followed in quick succession: Lee, Drew, Katie, James, Matthew, and Luke. By this time, Chris and Jim had moved to Cherry Grove Road, where Jim was pleased to live opposite a bowling green. And it was around this time that Chris had started to go abroad for her holidays with friends, while Jim preferred staying at home and fishing. Jim very sadly passed away in 1971. Chris helped both her daughters with childcare as she lived conveniently opposite her grandchildren's school, although she continued to work lunchtimes at the Hydraulic and sometimes evenings at Roton Hall. In 1992, Chris moved into a bungalow in Heather Court, where she joined in with all the regular activities in the communal room, such as playing bingo and whist and enjoying the regular coffee mornings with new friends. She had now moved on from helping with childcare for grandchildren to helping with childcare for her great-grandchildren, whilst continuing volunteering at the Children's Society charity shop. She continued to look forward to visiting relatives in Stratford-upon-Avon, in Scotland and Liverpool. In 2016, Chris moved to live in with Christine and Mike in Filkins Lane, as she was now 94 and getting a little frail. She continued having her friends Carol, Frida and Dorothy visiting for their coffee mornings, until she eventually outlived them all. She still enjoyed getting out and going for a drive and sitting in the garden when the weather allowed. And she received her 100th birthday congratulatory card from the King, although she made everyone aware that she would have much preferred it to have been from Queen Elizabeth. By now, her family had extended to include 10 great-grandchildren: Chloe, Tyler, Jennifer, Ethan, Lewis, Josie, Jacob, Matilda, Alfie and Zach, and 2 great-great-grandchildren, Hope and Billy. She enjoyed her jigsaw puzzles, knitting, reading, and also looking at all the Chester memory sites on Facebook. After losing her mobility and some of her sight, Chris enjoyed time sitting in her chair, enjoying the different seasons come and go through her window, waving to the lovely people who stopped to wave to her, not always aware of who they were, but that didn't matter. And although being here today marks the end of her journey, we are all grateful, as she was, to have shared this lifetime together. Now, following on from Chris's words, I am delighted to invite Matthew to read a tribute to his Nan.
Today, we gather to celebrate the life of a truly beautiful lady, Chris, Chrissy, Mom, Nan, Nanny, who managed to pack 102, nearly 103 years full of love, laughter, and good humour into her life. To her family and friends, she was a constant, consistent, ever-present, warm, caring, and loving person. And those are the memories that I, and I'm sure all of you, will keep in your hearts forever. She had a way of making everybody feel special and welcome, whether it was through a warm smile, a kind word, or simply the sparkle in her eyes when you walked into the room. She always had time for everyone and enjoyed the company of all. Well, almost all. She put family first, looked after her children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren, and most of the time seemed to thoroughly enjoy it. I know all of us, and especially the great-grandchildren, used to be so very excited going to visit and stay with Nan. The way she connected with us all is immeasurable, but she helped shape the people we are today and will continue to be in the future. She never took any nonsense off any of us. She could spot mischief before it started, but she was always there to support when needed. And I'm sure the turn of phrase, "If Mum and Dad say no, ask Nanny," was written by somebody who knew her. Her sense of humour was one of a kind. Those slightly dubious nursery rhymes, they were interesting. One of my favourites was the one that began, "There was a little man who had a little gun." You'd hear it and think, "Nan, you can't say that." But she did, with a twinkle in her eye, and we laughed until she'd said it all. Until the kids would run around singing it, then singing it in public. Then we'd curse under our breath until we started laughing again. For Nan, that rhyme was bedtime entertainment when looking after my girls. Forget lullabies, she preferred a little shock value before lights out. She had the devil in her when she felt inclined. I'm sure it was a way of reminding us that life is too short to be overly serious, something I'll try to keep close to my heart. Nan also loved her football. Match days were a big deal, and she'd be glued to the screen and plan her afternoon or evening around the game, marking it off on her TV planner. Although sometimes she did get a bit distracted by the modern day diversity of it all, especially in the national team. She'd make a comment or two that reminded us she came from a very different era. And we'd laugh because it was always said with that same cheeky grin. It was never mean-spirited. It was just Nan being Nan, honest and unfiltered. Nan's home was always open, always warm, and always full of laughter. She welcomed everyone with a smile and probably a plate of food, or a creme caramel she had in the fridge. Though she'd also tell you if you looked like you'd put on a few pounds. Brutal honesty was her love language. That unfiltered approach at times made you gasp, but we loved her for it. Well, most of the time. And she was usually right. She had that rare gift of making you momentarily uncomfortable, then feel completely at home, even if you just walked through the door. And then there was her love of dancing. If there was music playing, Nan was moving. She was always first on the dance floor when she could be. And I remember her dragging me out on there more than a few times. The dance floor was never my favourite place, and my two left feet were good proof of that. But with Nan, it didn't matter. It was never about the steps, it was about the joy it brought her. That joy is something I will always remember. Watching her dance was pure happiness. When I think about Nan's life, I realise her legacy isn't just in the years she's lived. There were 102, nearly 103. It's an incredible achievement, but her legacy is in the joy she spread, the laughter she created, and the love she gave so freely. She was legendary in our lifetime, and she will remain a massive part of our stories, in our hearts, and the way we live our lives. So today, let's remember her with a smile, which I'm struggling to do at the moment, excuse me. Maybe hum one of those slightly dubious rhymes, share a story about her catching you cheating at cards, or if you feel brave, get up and dance, because that's what Nan would want. She'd want us to celebrate, not mourn. She'd want us to laugh, not cry. She'd want us to live life fully, just as she did. As Nan, I'm sure, would have agreed, life isn't about waiting for the music to stop. It's about dancing while it plays. And Nan danced every step of the way.
I think that was wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. And as one of Nan's granddaughters, Katie, is unable to be here in person, Luke is now going to read a wonderful poem written by Katie.
Our brother Sylvester will carry on swimming. Old Mother Brown will carry on singing. Tommy Tittlemouse will continue to scurry. Having you in my heart will keep easing my worry. The sherry at Christmas for Santa no longer, but now for the woman who made my life stronger. Through kindness of heart and sharpness of tongue, through dance and gin rummy, through love and through song, through tears and through laughter, through stubbornness and grace, through your twinkling eyes that lit up your face. I'll miss you, Nan, that will always be true. Now it's time to celebrate the wonder of you. Good night, Nan.
Another wonderful tribute. Thank you very much. Thank you to Matthew, to Luke, and to Katie for those absolutely wonderful tributes. They're just perfect. Thank you. We're going to take some time to remember Chris now as we watch a picture tribute put together by the family.
There'll be bluebirds over the white cliffs of Dover tomorrow. Just you wait and see. I'll never forget the people I met braving those angry skies. I remember well as the shadows fell, the light of hope in their eyes. And though I'm far away, I still can hear them say, thumbs up. For when the dawn comes up, there'll be bluebirds over the white cliffs of Dover tomorrow. Just you wait and see. There'll be love and laughter and peace ever after tomorrow, world is free. The shepherd will tend his sheep, the valley will bloom again, and Jimmy will go to sleep in his own little room again. There'll be bluebirds over the white cliffs of Dover. Tomorrow, just you wait and see. There'll be bluebirds over the white cliffs of Dover. Tomorrow, just you wait and see.
Beautiful, beautiful pictures. Some lovely memories there. Now, can I ask you all, please, to stand if you're able to for the committal. Christian Wilson Simpson, your life we honour, your departure we accept, your memory we cherish. We now commit your body to be cremated. Although there is grief today, as we say goodbye, there is gratitude for your life. We are truly grateful for the privilege of having shared life with you. But rest now. At the end of your days, reunited with Jim and your sisters and brother who moved on before you. Rest in the hearts and minds of all of those who love you. And so with love, we shall leave you in peace. And with respect, we bid you a fond farewell. Thank you. Please be seated. I would like to thank you all for being here today to say the fondest of farewells to Chris. While you mourn, reach out to one another, and while together in mutual support, share stories of the happy times that you spent with Chris. As I thank you all for the part that you played in Chris's life, I would like to send a very special thanks to the amazing district nurses and the Live Life Well Care Agency for their help in looking after Chris. You are all invited to join the family following this service at the Oak Tree at Upton Grange. And Chris's family will be heading straight to the Oak Tree following this service, and they look forward to chatting to you all there. As Chris supported the Children's Society volunteering at their charity shop, today's collection is for that very good cause. If you can please give what you can as you exit the chapel. Now, as Chris loved Vera Lynn, her songs have been chosen to accompany today's service. And I will use her words of advice to raise your spirits through your grief. Keep smiling through, just like you always do, till the blue skies chase those dark clouds far away.
We'll meet again Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Keep smiling through, just like you always do, till the blue skies drive the dark clouds far away. So will you please say hello to the folks that I know? Tell them I won't be long. They'll be happy to know that as you saw me go, I was singing this song. We'll meet again, don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. So will you please